What's up, everybody? Pepper Bay here for another amazing episode of Church of Hot Sauce. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful July 27th, 2025. I've got some great sauces lined up today that we're going to be reviewing. A great sermon at the end of the episode. Stay tuned for that. But as always, may the spice be with you and also with you. Appreciate you for being here. Appreciate the support. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, do all the things. Hit the bell notification. So recently, in the hot sauce game, there has been somebody who has come out of the woodwork that has an amazing story behind it. Somebody that was told, no, they couldn't do something because they weren't capable of doing it. And this individual decided to do it in spite, which I love that. You know, forge your own future. And that would be Crippling Hot Sauce. Guy did this young man did a project in high school, I believe, and said he wanted to make a company. The teacher said, you can't do that because you have cerebral palsy. He said, you want to bet? And his company's been going viral. So they were having a sale, recommended, I believe it's still going on, it's the summer sale. You get all 6 of their bottles for a reduced price. I recommend going and doing it. I even bought a t-shirt on the side because I love the story, so I will rep that business all day long. But we've got Crippling Hot Sauce, and we're going to try out some of these sauces. We're going to open this on camera. Within a box. Usually helps with the preservation of said hot sauces, so totally understand that. Great packaging. Love that. Love to see that. Okay. We got Life's a Beach. Sweet and spicy teriyaki. We've got Just for the Parking mild. I already am a big fan of the names of these sauces. I like everything you should be able to bring humor to in life, even a situation such as cerebral palsy. I love that he is doing that. That's awesome. Also, I didn't mention this, but 5% of the proceeds are donated to cerebral palsy research, and that's right on the label right there. That's amazing stuff. Love to see that. So Just for the Parking mild. We've got Special Treatment Smoky Bacon Barbecue. Very cool. We got Limping Medium. We've got Ghost Pepper Palsy. Okay. He's having fun with it. I like it. Last but not least, we've got Crippling Agony. Love that. Again, love the the humor behind it. You gotta have a good time in life. I'm one of those people myself. When bad situations happen, I usually use humor in order to cope with whatever's going on. So I get it. Love it. Love the energy. Love the enthusiasm. And hopefully we love the sauces. I'm going to give just as authentic of a review as any other sauce, because that's what we do here. So I'm going to pick two at random. I think I'm going to go with Life's a Beach and Special Treatment. So we're going to, actually we're going to do 4 today. So that we'll do Just for Parking, and let's go ahead and do Ghost Pepper Palsy. We'll leave the other 2 for another episode. So we're going to start off with this one. Special Treatment. Smoky Bacon Barbecue. Love the label work. Again, love the... Oh, this is limited edition. Oh, my. Again, the 5% proceeds donated to cerebral palsy research. Love that. You can find this young man on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Let's see here. Ingredients on this one. Red cayenne peppers, distilled vinegar, water, bacon, brown sugar, and spices. Short and sweet. I love that. So we're going to give this a Taylor Swift, and we're going to shake it up. Shake it up. We're going to see what the nose knows. Oh, okay. Definitely a bacon smell. You can smell the fattiness. My mouth is watering. Wow. You smell some sweetness from the brown sugar. Definitely smell the vinegar. See what the consistency's like here. Okay. I can dig it. Cheers. When it makes you dance, you know it's good. That's solid. Bite of the vinegar. Go straight into some of the sweetness from the brown sugar. Get the texture of there's bits of bacon inside of the sauce itself as like an internal garnish. It finishes with a strong vinegar bite, but I love that. It holds it together with that cayenne going all the way through. I could drink this whole bottle right now. Yeah, that's solid. That's super solid. Yeah, put this as a drink and sell it to me. Great vinegar base, so if you like vinegar based sauces, you're gonna dig this one. The fattiness from the bacon acts kind of like a butter would in like a classic wing sauce with the cayenne, the vinegar. But you have that bacon in there that adds the fattiness just like a butter would in making a wing sauce. Absolutely phenomenal. Nothing wrong with the sauce. Heat level on this is about a 2. This is a 10er. And I'm not just saying that. Like, this is a solid 10 out of 10 sauce. I could drink this. I could straight up. I straight up could and would drink this whole entire bottle. Or I might just have to buy a bottle just to drink on camera. That's delicious. It's absolutely phenomenal. Special treatment, smoky bacon barbecue. It's a medium sauce from Crippling Hot Sauce. Please go check this one out. That is over the moon delicious. Next up, we've got Life's a Beach, sweet and spicy teriyaki. And love the logo work. Tells you about the 5% that goes towards cerebral palsy research. Awesome. Oh wow, okay. So the heat register in the back is the handicap sticker, so the low I think this is very funny. So the low part is going to be the lower part of the wheelchair. The top, when it gets to like the little person's head, that's when it's going to be crippling agony. Medium is limping. Just for the parking is going to be mild. And Life's a Beach is going to be mild. That's hysterical. Okay. So we're going to try this teriyaki. We're going to give it a Taylor Swift. We're going to shake it up. Shake it up. Ingredients on this one are going to be red cayenne pepper, vinegar, salt, pineapple, soy sauce, wine, high fructose sugar syrup, water, spices, onion powder, succinic acid, garlic, sodium benzoate, shelf stabilizers. See what the nose knows. Oh, the pineapple's coming out a lot more than I thought it would. That's cool. Okay. See what the consistency's like. Seems almost syrupy. Ooh. Well, I think this is the first teriyaki sauce I've ever seen that's red and not black. Nice vinegar bite. Get the sweetness from the pineapple. You do get the richness from the soy sauce that's in there as well. It almost tastes like you took a sweet and sour sauce and then you added it with a soy sauce, which is great because I usually put both on rice when I have it. Yeah, that's delicious. You definitely taste the cayenne. The burn is throughout. It's accentuating all the different flavors. It's accentuating the soy. It's accentuating the pineapple. It's accentuating the vinegar. This is really delicious. This is absolutely phenomenal sauce. Heat-wise, I'd say you're getting the same. So you're getting about a 2. With the flavor, it's different. It's not the kind of teriyaki that you've ever had. It's lighter. It's got more pungent fruit flavor. It's got the level of soy sauce without being the full flavor of the teriyaki. Because if you guys don't know, usually it's teriyaki sauce is some kind of combination of soy and sugar, whether it's fruit based or granulated sugar or honey or brown sugar, whatever. It's soy sauce with sugar content reduced down into a syrup, and that's usually what teriyaki sauce is. This is very interesting because it's red. I'm assuming that's the variation of the pineapple and the wine. So it's very different, very unique. It's really nice. It's really well balanced. It is sweet and spicy. Very unique, and especially like again, looking like a sweet and sour sauce, yet getting the flavor definitions of a teriyaki sauce with that soy is very impactful. It's very different. It's very unique. I like it. I'm going to give this a solid 9.5. This is a really good sauce. Life's a Beach by Crippling Hot Sauce. I love the label work. I'm thoroughly impressed by now. At this point, like, I'm not gonna lie. You see a lot of. Sometimes you'll see a company go viral. I'm not gonna name names, but I've seen another one that went viral, and they still are pretty viral, but they don't even make their own sauce. They've still gotten big, and good for them. But they're not making their sauce. The sauces aren't that great, at least from the ones that I've tried. This is very different. Granted, I've only had 2 out of the 6 sauces, but a 10 and a 9.5, that's already phenomenal. Really, really impressed. I'm glad it's not just cannon fodder. It's actually like legitimate. Like, this is a company. Guy's putting his dreams out there and showing everybody what he can do. I love seeing that. I love that is the situation. That it's not just a mass-made product to get out there. This is legitimate. This is delicious. This is hot sauce. So, very cool. Excited about these next 2. Okay, so we'll go with this one first. We'll do Just for the Parking. Crippling Hot Sauce. Bam. Proudly made in the USA. Gotta love that too, because America, you know. All right. So this one has Drew's story on it. So I'm going to read this real quick. So with Drew's story here, we've got Drew wasn't about to let cerebral palsy diagnosis hinder his dreams. Drew created Crippling Hot Sauce to inspire people around the world and showed that if you put in the work, you can achieve anything. Drew donates 5% of proceeds from every bottle he sells to CP research. That's awesome. It's very honorable. That's very cool. And they are out of Missouri. No, Montana. MO is Montana. I'm pretty sure it's Montana. Ingredients on this one are going to be apple cider vinegar, jalapeno peppers, red bell peppers, honey, sugar, xanthan gum, sodium benzoate, potassium sorbate. We're going to give this one a Taylor Swift and shake it up. Shake it up. See what the nose knows. Okay. You smell the sweetness from the red bell pepper, but you smell the earthy spiciness from the jalapeno peppers. You definitely smell the vinegar. I thoroughly enjoy a vinegar-based sauce. So, I know not everybody's like that, but I thoroughly enjoy a good vinegar-based sauce. Consistency is whoa. Consistency is great. That's nice. Oh, and it creeps up a little bit too. Okay. Okay. So right away, we hit with this beautiful jalapeno essence. It starts off, then you get hit with this sweetness, this mix from the sweetness from the red bell peppers, along with the sweetness from the apple cider vinegar. You're going to be like, apple cider vinegar isn't sweet. I promise you it is compared to normal vinegar, especially when it's cooked into a product. You get that, and then you get this growing, at the back part of the palate, you get this growing little, nice little sense. You know when a hot sauce is just hot enough, it makes you start to salivate. It's not necessarily like, woo. It's a, I would like more of this. You get a nice woodsy, earthy, authentic jalapeno flavor and burn that builds from the back part of the palate, finishes, and continues to build just for a little bit afterwards. This is really yummy. And different than stuff that I've tasted before. So, like for instance, this is episode 59 of Church of Hot Sauce. We've had at least 4 sauces per episode. So, we've done over 200 hot sauces just on the show. I've probably, in my experience, had over 500 sauces. So for me to say that something is different and not like something else that I've had, I feel like it's a declarative statement. That's a nice little badge. You should wear that with pride a little bit, because different is good, pushes boundaries, creates new flavor profiles, and that's how we get awesome craft hot sauces. So I'm always stoked about that, because that means that I get to try something new. I get to try something different, like just for the parking. So, heat-wise, that's yummy. Heat-wise, I'm going to say that's probably around a 3 for me as a chili head. So maybe somebody that's not a chili head, you're probably looking at maybe a 5, maybe even a 6. Really delicious. I'd probably give that one a solid 9. Solid 9. It's different. It gets your attention. It does all the things that you want from a hot sauce. I could see myself using that on a plethora of things. Chili rellenos. I could see me put it, like if I was making jalapeno poppers, tossing that in with the cream cheese and the filling to get that accentuated jalapeno flavor inside of the filling of the pepper. A chicken marinade. For sure. A pork marinade, for sure. Ceviche. Toss that in with some acid and toss, some onions, some bell peppers, some shrimp. Like I said, a little bit of acidity, like lemon juice, lime juice. Toss that in there and make a ceviche with that. I would eat that up. Delicious. That's yummy. Last but not least today, we've got Crippling Hot Sauce Ghost Pepper Palsy. So on the scale, this one is up to his neck. So this one should be fairly hot. Okay. Now that I've cleansed my palate, Taylor Swift it, shake it up, shake it up. Ingredients on this one are going to be cayenne, habanero, naga boot jalokia, capsicum, vinegar, salt, and gum. I'm going to assume xanthan gum. See what the nose knows. Okay. Okay. Definitely smell some habanero action going on. Check out the consistency. Okay. 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 So, what I'm getting with this is a very pepper forward sauce. And nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with a pepper forward sauce. I thoroughly enjoy a nice pepper forward sauce, as long as it's well balanced. You definitely get hit with the cayenne first, that rustic earthiness. Then you get hit with that sweetness from the cayenne. And then you get hit with that unmistakable flavor from the boot jalokia, or the ghost pepper. Strong and rich, and it grows with the flavors that you get inside of the sauce. The heat level is decent. I'm probably looking at like a 4, maybe creeping up to a 4.5, so it's got a nice burn. It's very pepper forward in, like, there's no garlic, no acidity. So in my eyes, there is something a little lacking. Something to balance and round out everything. It just climbs, and it's very rustic and pepper forward, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not gonna be a 10 out of 10 for me. So I would give this a solid 7 out of 10. I would use this. I would buy this. It's just not going to be a I'm going to call home to mom about. It's got a great burn. Great pepper forward flavor. And not bad. Ghost pepper palsy, 7 out of 10. 4.5 to 5 out of 10 for the heat level. 7 out of 10 for the flavor. Nothing wrong with that. So we're getting to that part of the episode where we get into the spicy sermon. And I thought a little bit about this one this week. Very blessed to have somebody in the community in my life, Jared Smith, Farmer Jay. Love him to death. I think he helps seeing some of his day-to-day interactions and his growth in spirituality helps me in my own. So I'm very appreciative of that. And one thing he's always said is, if one of us wins, we all win. And I feel like that's what everybody's mindset should be in life in general. If people had that mindset a little bit more, I think the world would be quite a bit better place. When let's say somebody gets a job promotion, and you automatically, instead of thinking, my friend just got this job promotion, you start thinking, why didn't I get that job promotion? You start questioning yourself. You start questioning things in your life. You start questioning things about management. Maybe did they make the right decision, all that jazz. And it's okay to have those thoughts. But maybe join in the rejoicing and the jubilation that your friend is having. Maybe pump them up because they're getting an opportunity. It's not selfish to have those thoughts, but it is selfish to have those thoughts instead of congratulations. Be there for, especially if it's somebody that matters in your life. Or even if it's not. It's okay to have, again, it's okay to have those thoughts of of questioning stuff, but question those things after you've given that person their moment. Everybody deserves that moment. Everybody deserves happiness. They enjoy moments of pure elation. And that moment is not the moment for you to question those things. That's not the time for self-reflection. That's not the time for job reflection. It's their moment. Share in that moment. Build them up. Encourage them to keep going, to striving. And then go and self-reflect later. It's not selfish to not think about yourself in moments. But you're with yourself all the time. So remember that you can always take the time to self-reflect and think about certain moments. So do that at a later point in time. My point is, one of us wins, we all win. Have that thought process first. Then go have a self-reflection period later on. Grow. Work on yourself. Figure out maybe what you could have done better in order for you to have gotten that position, but do that at a later point in time. All right. As always, this has been Pepper Bay. We're reaching the end of the episode today. I appreciate all you stopping by. Appreciate everybody sharing, commenting, doing all the things. This will be posted on YouTube later today. Always air it here first on Facebook, because that's where it got started. As always, from me at the Church of Hot Sauce, may the spice be with you and also with you. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their Sunday. And as always, have a good one, guys.